What's up, guys? Your boy Chef from Off the Dome back here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about my man Chris Brown once again, and basically how his connection caused him to become one of the hottest superstars in the game and maintain his position that he had after the Rihanna assault case. So we all know what happened in 2009 with Chris Brown. The next year and a half was spent apologizing, making different duets, and finally when he made She Ain't You, that was his first real hit that put him back on the map in 2011. He had Deuces a little bit before that, and from there he had a string of decently successful singles that peaked in the top 40. He had Script with Kevin McCall, Deuces, She Ain't You. Wow, I'm forgetting a lot of them. Oh yeah, and then Look at Me Now, of course, Don't Wake Me Up and stuff like that. That was all between 2011 to 2013. And this video highlights how a decent feature and knowing the right people in the industry can really help you bounce back. Because, the allegation against Chris Brown, he had two things on the side. One, that he had a hardened female fan base from early on in 2000 that thought he was cute and they adored him, and a lot of women forgave him automatically. He didn't have the fan base that Rihanna had. He wasn't a megastar like Rihanna, but he was a big star enough. He had a decent reach. He had number one in top 3 hits. Rihanna, although at that point already had like 7 number 1 hits, he wasn't Rihanna level, but he was a star nonetheless. He was an A-lister. That's what's important. If Chris Brown had been a B-, a C-list celebrity, if he would have been on that level, he would not have recovered from this incident. No, he would not have. But Chris Brown's attractive. He was a number 1 superstar artist, one of the top male R&B crooners. And the other thing that worked for him, which may be number 3, is that all his replacements didn't have as much charisma as him. Jason Derulo was one of the lasting ones, but his charisma didn't match Chris Brown's. That's why Jason Derulo isn't relevant and Chris Brown still is. Jay Sean never panned out. He only had 2 hits and he was gone. Trey Songz, the other guy from Virginia, shout out to Trey Songz. Trey Songz never was that dude either. Trey Songz, he had a decent following, but he wasn't a megastar like Chris Brown. So that was it for Trey Day. So after you go through these main 3 pop R&B crooners, you have people like Justin Bieber and the other teeny boppers that took the teen boy image Chris Brown once had. The thing was, Justin Bieber wasn't an exact replacement because the problem was Chris Brown was already 20 at that point when Justin Bieber came out pretty much. So Chris Brown can now go into more adult themes and he could get away from that teeny bopper image that Justin Bieber and Austin Mahone and Cody Simpson in One Direction and David Archuleta and all these other guys had. So he had that working for him too. Now his connections with Lil Wayne. I was solely because Deuces had Tyga and Kevin McCall. Tyga at the time was blowing up, but he wasn't as big as he was in 2012 at his peak. Kevin McCall was always Chris Brown's signee, so he wasn't even close to being the star Chris Brown was. I think Lil Wayne, honestly, is solely the reason why Chris Brown's still relevant today. I Can't Transform You and Look at Me Now. His 2 guest features really helped out Chris Brown. That networking, that's what we're talking about, the networking. If Lil Wayne wasn't on I Can Transform You, it would have just been Chris Brown's Swiss Beats. That song might not reach number 20. If Rihanna didn't do the Birthday Cake remix with Chris Brown, that's another thing that helped his career, because they said she forgave him, so we need to forgive him too. Look at Me Now. Busta Rhymes, Lil Wayne. No disrespect to Busta, but in 2011, people won't check for Busta as much as they were with Lil Wayne. But Busta's verse was so hellacious, so fast, so intimidating. It was one of the best verses of the year. Even though he wasn't saying anything, they just missed the flows. They missed the talent of Busta Rhymes being in the mainstream. His last big hit was in 2007 with the Pussycat Girls. So he had Busta Rhymes and Lil Wayne, the hottest rapper, because Drake was on the come up, and Lil Wayne was still that top dog in 2013. Having Lil Wayne feature on 2 of your tracks, and both of them get to the top 20, one of them a number 6 hit, top 10 hit on the Billboard, that solidified Chris Brown's comeback. And Look at Me Now, at the time, was 4 times platinum, now it was 6 times platinum. So, then we get to 2012, Chris Brown's biggest year. He had 3 times from 2011 to 2012, which got him back in the pop radio play. It also opened up his audiences to the UK and Australian back up. Don't Wake Me Up and Turn Up the Music both debuted in the top 3 in Australia and the UK and South Africa. Both of those songs were number 10 on the United States Billboard Hot 100. His feature with Pitbull on International Love was also a pop radio hit, which got him more crossover appeal once again. And finally, the thing I think that put Chris Brown over the top was Loyal in 2014. Loyal in 2014 assured that he would not be forgotten this decade and that he would continue to live on. Yes, he was before that he had Fine China and he said Love More with Nicki Minaj. Those songs did do well. But when he had Loyals come out, that was it, man. Loyal had Lil Wayne once again with Chris Brown. That's the Young Money connection right there. Chris Brown once again with Young Money. Lil Wayne co-signed him in that first verse. Tiger doesn't matter. French Montana, Too Short don't matter. But Chris Brown stole the show with Loyal. And it showed that Chris Brown was a performer that could not be reckoned with. Loyal peaked at number 9. It was 4 times platinum. One of his best-selling singles of the whole decade. Other than Look at Me Now, probably No Guidance once that leaves the chart. So you look at all that. Chris Brown once again gets an assist the next year, being featured on Only with Nicki Minaj, Drake, and Lil Wayne. This Young Money love is really helping his career. And then Chris Brown gets to a slew of features and hits from his Heartbreak on the Full Moon. And although these songs did not peak in the top 40, I believe it was only one of them that did. No, 2. Pills to Automobiles. And then we had Party in 2017. Heartbreak on the Full Moon sold 60K copies each week for 3 weeks straight, stayed at number 3, and was certified gold within a month and a half. This showed that Chris Brown no longer needed mainstream hits. His albums were selling. And also at the same time, yeah, X dropped 2 years before with Loyal, of course, but he had a hit single. So New Flame and Loyal was hit singles. So yeah, his album's gonna sell well. But then you look at when he dropped Royalty. Back to Sleep. Once again, the remix with Usher and Zayn. That really helped him out. Got to number 20. But Heartbreak on the Full Moon did not have a big hit single. Party was the only hit single, and Pills on Automobile was too, and those were both collaborations. But the album itself went gold within a month. Now we fast forward to 2018. Freaky Friday with Lil Dicky. This showed that Chris Brown was still more relevant than he ever has been. A song about being Chris Brown got millions of views in the first couple of days. Debuted in the top 20 of Billboard. Went number 1 in the UK. Went number 3 in Australia. Went number 1 in South Africa. This proved that Chris Brown was still relevant and that he was still one of the A-list celebrities. That you can make a concept song about him and it will go to number 1. And finally this year, we have the thing that put Chris Brown over the top, and is quite frankly one of the reasons why Indigo did so well and why Chris Brown's in the renaissance of his career once again. He's been in the game 14 plus years. No Guidance, a song that went to the top 5 just a couple weeks ago. The video of him and Drake and Chris Brown squashing beef, making a video together, making a song together. This was all over the tabloids. It's been a huge hit. It's been everywhere in the country, being played on pop, hip-hop, and R&B stations. And the second single with Gonna Heat is rising up the chart right now. And this officially is the sign that Chris Brown, although the last 10 years has went through so much, most of it is because of his own actions. This is true. He did do it to himself. But it proves, even if you do stuff that may ruin your career, I'm impressed by it, but yet it kind of talks about the public. Yes, I'm upset that he did some of these things, but it's fascinating at the same time. Because Chris Brown, together with himself, RCA Records, Jive, and his personal team, have managed to make a man who was once the most hated man in America for being one of the pop starlets in America. He has managed to step by step rebuild his career to where now he is the top R&B artist, one of your premier pop artists, and will have one of the best selling albums by the end of this year. And as RA Gold and Platinum comes out, they came out a month ago. Heartbreak on the Full Moon is now double platinum. Chris Brown and Exclusive, the albums, are both now considered 3 times platinum. So this is the road from the Rihanna incident. Slowly but surely, Lil Wayne handed Chris Brown an assist. And now with Drake with No Guidance, he just gave him the layup to do the alley-oop and slam dunk. Anyway, that's all I gotta say, guys. It's your boy Chef from Off the Dome. Just let me know what you think about the video. Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out.